we have our own collection centers, we have our own warehouse, and we have our own dark stores. So the entire supply chain is optimized to store and sell fresh produce. So that is the reason we are able to ensure better freshness and better quality, and also availability of more varieties in vegetables and fruits.
Hello and a warm welcome to a very special podcast series, Unusual Suspects. I'm your host, Gaurav Chaudhary. This is a series about unraveling stories of entrepreneurs, investors, professionals, and philanthropists who are disruptors, yet not in your face. Their disruptions have consistently delivered on the purpose and the mission they've embarked on. Their values are as strong as the mission. While they're ruthless in pursuing their ambition, they don't stray from being leaders who are not just admired for the vision and relentless pursuit, but also for how they're building an ecosystem of believers who consistently push the boundaries. In each episode, I speak to one such leader, talking to her or him or them about their businesses, lives, inspirations, interests, challenges, pivot moments and turning points, successes, failures, agonies and ecstasies, and of course, the little joys of life and work. It is as much about the personal life stories as about the entrepreneurial, professional, and philanthropic journeys. Unusual Suspects streams on Earshot.in, Spotify.com, Apple Podcasts, YT Music, moneycontrol.com, and a host of other podcast streaming platforms and directories. For this episode, I'm delighted to have Prashanth Vasan, CEO, Origin. Founded in 2020 and headquartered in Bengaluru, Origin is dedicated to delivering high-quality fresh produce from farm to table. The company provides over 250 varieties of fruits, vegetables, herbs, and exotic items through its user-friendly app and plans to expand its retail footprint by opening experience stores by 2025. Origin is also building deeper connections with local farmers, promoting economic growth through direct partnership. Welcome to Unusual Suspects, Prashanth. Delighted to have you on the show.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you for having me on the show. It's a pleasure.
Prashanth, it's about, this question is about India's economy. It's very fundamental, and also, it's very interesting because we're having this conversation at a time when the place that I'm currently in, New Delhi, is going through a serious climate crisis. And this is almost an annual affair where it almost becomes very difficult to breathe. While the signs of the air are very visible, what is also not visible and probably not told as much, it's also the quality of vegetables and fruits that reach our homes during this period, because that also becomes a bit of an issue, although they're not talked as much about. That is why, the significance of fresh vegetables and fruits are all that more important that we need to talk about while we are talking about climate crisis and everything that is taking place around that. And also because, there's a booming middle class, the swelling middle class is presenting itself with an opportunity. What does it actually mean so far as a business opportunity for fresh produce is concerned? Do you think a booming broader economy, which is resulting in a swelling middle class because of upward income mobility, actually has presented itself with a great opportunity for fresh produce of vegetables and fruits to reach people's doorstep? Prashanth?
Yes, I think India's population has always been, very aspirational, and I think in the last 3 years, you have seen, how quick commerce as a platform has been taking, it is not a trend and it's become a habit for people. So people are slowly moving from offline shopping to online. But at the same time, people have also understood, eating clean, healthy ingredients, how their fresh produce needs to be sourced and where it is sourced, how is it impacting the farmers, what is global warming. So there is a lot of knowledge transfer that has been happening the last 3 years, especially in India. So what I feel is that, this freshness plays a key role, especially in the current scenario of global warming. And what we intend to do at Origin is to ensure that the farm to table is in less than 12 to 15 hours. So that's the timeline that we have from your farm to the table, because that's the freshest that you can get. And one more thing that we have seen is that global warming has started affecting not just parts of India, but throughout India. As you rightly pointed out, like Delhi, for example, it's happening due to multiple other reasons. But there is also global warming attached to it, and which is the case even with a place like Bangalore, because there's unseasonal rains, unseasonal downpour, cyclone from Chennai, which is affecting even Bangalore. So the unpredictability in pricing is becoming a factor, because in the last 3 years of inception, what we have seen is that all the food, the staple food items have raised at least like 25 to 30%, especially in F&B, onion, tomato, potatoes, carrot, ginger. It has inflated at least at 30-40% from what it used to be in 2020. So all the more reasons we need to enable a lot of tech at the farming level, enable farmers with new age technologies to improve efficiency at the farm level by improving yields, and also at the same time how to optimally use water, because as you said, going forward there will be a scarcity of water. So we need to all, as an ecosystem, ensure how we use it efficiently. And so at Origin, that's what we're planning to do, educate the farmer on maximal efficiency, and also educate them about, what is the price prediction for most of the products, and what are the new products that a farmer can grow, and also bring a lot of technologies in farming. So India is one of the largest agri economies in the world, but at the same time, we don't have a lot of technologies. So at Origin, we plan to, bring in new age technologies which improve efficiency, and we get impacted less with global warming as we go forward.
It's interesting that you talk about global warming, and also, India will continue to rise as one of the biggest growth engines of the world economy. However, refocusing on freshness of vegetables, you say that you're going to deliver within 12 hours of the harvest. As a commitment to that service commitment, that sounds very nice and also heartening to hear. But the problem is, the challenge is in the logistics side of it. It's not just about getting it delivered from the farm to the doorstep within 12 hours, but you're also doing it within 12 hours of harvesting it. So essentially, it means that you have to tie up with everyone, including the farmers. And importantly, how do you ensure that you are actually delivering vegetables and fruits that are ready to be eaten without any loss in nutrient value?
Since our supply chain is vertically integrated, so we ensure that it reaches within like 12 to 15 hours. And one more thing, what we have also done in the back end is we have introduced packaging that will ensure that the freshness is intact from the farm level to the doorstep, so that there is no wastage and minimal issues in freshness. So, and one more thing that we assure the customers is that if you use a product, the shelf life is slightly better because it reaches you within a certain timeline compared to any other place where the shelf life is already like 2 days. So that's what we're trying to do at Origin. And one more important factor that has come into play is the wastage factor. As you know, fresh produce has almost 35-40% of wastage in any supermarket or any other like the retail chains. So at Origin we are at less than 5%. So that is like possible because of how we control the value chain, and we ensure that the freshness is intact, and we do like multiple other things to bring it down to 5%. And I just want to add something. We also don't overstock any of the products. We buy what exactly we feel people are going to order tomorrow. So by very intricate methods of like forecasting tomorrow's order, we never like overstock any of the products, or where the product goes to waste.
Absolutely. Just to add on to that, and if you could elaborate a little bit on how is Origin meeting the critical gaps in quality, because it's not just about quality, it's also about convenience, it's also about sustainability in the fresh produce market in Bengaluru, because your catchment area for your buyers is Bengaluru, isn't it? Whereas the farms could be a long way off from the city. So how are you ensuring that you maintain quality, convenience, and sustainability all at the same time while delivering it to the doorsteps of people in Bengaluru city? Prashanth?
So, as like told you earlier, the farms that we procure from are within like 50 kilometers of Bangalore, at least most of the products. So it comes from in and around Bangalore, like Malur, Chikbalapur, Hoskote, Palakot, which are all like an hour or two, from Bangalore. And once it reaches our warehouse, that's where it gets packed, and it goes to a dark store. And so the entire process, the packaging ensures that the freshness is intact. And second is that the last mile that we do, we deliver in Bangalore, any part of the city in 20 to 30 minutes. So we have something called instant delivery, like any other quick commerce. But one thing we do differently is that, we do 20 minutes delivery of a 12-hour old harvested product compared to, compared to other, platforms where it might be, slightly longer. And this is like possible because, we are a vertically integrated company. We have our own collection centers, we have our own warehouse, and we have our own dark stores. So the entire supply chain is optimized to store and sell fresh produce. So that is the reason we are able to ensure better freshness and better quality, and also availability of, more varieties in vegetables and fruits.
Prashant, how are you leveraging technology? How would you describe yourself? Would you describe yourself as a food tech company, or as a agri tech company, or as a startup of trying to plug the gaps and access for farmers to their directly giving access of farmers of their produce to their final consumers? And how are you leveraging technology to score over your competitors? Because this space is also beginning to get quite a lot crowded than compared to what it was say a couple of years ago. Is it through your price points that you are offering more, you're offering, making it more attractive for customers while maintaining the same quality of freshness? And how are you using technology for this?
Yes, absolutely. I think I'll just start with the last thing, you said about the price point. The prices of, 90% of our produce is at least 15 to 20% less expensive than any other, like, competitors in the market. And that is mainly because, we ensure very low wastage in this whole supply chain, which is one of the lowest in the country. So that is the benefit that we pass on to the consumers. And that is how we want to scale also. And the second, with regards to technology, at the farm level, we use precision farming, which ensures maximal efficiency and minimal wastage. And second, obviously, we have something called a price prediction tool that we have built, that ensures that we inform the farmers about what are the crops that they need to grow, and what are the crops that will enable them get better pricing in the market, which is an indicator for farmers to ensure that they don't burn a hole in their pocket. So that is something we work with the farmers with. And third thing that we also do is forecasting of the next day orders. So we are very we are at 95 percent efficiency in that. So that is one of the biggest reasons why we have not had overstocking of any produce. So if you visit any of our stores, in the morning it's going to be like fully all fresh stock, and in the night everything is going to be sold out. So that it's as good as that. So that every day you visit my store, or any of my delivery pods, whatever you see in the morning is completely fresh, because in the night it gets sold out. So that's how precise we are in forecasting the orders. And so that is one of our biggest technology that we have built, though it might be very simple, but it has taken almost like 2 to 3 years to build this whole forecasting technologies. And one last thing that we also have started, integrating is AI. So we are working with something with regards to shelf life, like prediction for some produce. So we will obviously talk about it, when time comes by.
Prashant, there's this commitment, Origin's commitment of fresh or nothing. Is it too tall a commitment to meet? Because it is something that makes it kind of, it's almost like you're offering the very best, or you are not offering at all. And that is one part of the question. But the second part of the question, how is it benefiting both farmers and consumers alike? The consumers' question is probably well understood, that they're getting fresh produce. But how is it benefiting farmers too? Are they getting more remunerative prices because of you? Are you helping them get more remunerative prices? How is it benefiting, Prashant?
Absolutely. I mean, fresh or nothing is the slogan that, that's the whole ethos of the company, because we want to give and ensure that, people eat the freshest of produce. Because it just started with it started when I went to my, grandmom's house, where, we just, we just like opened a mango, and, we couldn't, the whole house was not smelling of mango. So we just realized that whatever we are getting right now in the market is not a fresher product from what we used to get. So it has become like, as old as the golden days. So people have started talking like it used to be very good, a couple of years back. And when I was a kid, the whole house used to smell of watermelon. So it has become what used to be a normal has become a, memory loss for people. Okay, people have forgotten what fresh looks like or, smells like. So that is what we intend to bring back into this whole ecosystem. This is what fresh is. Eat fresh, and then you can question other things. So because we feel that fresh is a minimum that you should get from any of the players in this whole ecosystem. And second, with regards to farmers, what we ensure is very fair pricing. We don't we don't like negotiate the price, or we reduce the price. We ensure that we buy all the produce that they have. So that is something we do, with the farmers. We ensure fair pricing, which is slightly above that, what they will not get, with any other, retail mandis or whatever. And second, what we do is we also ensure that there is a lot of knowledge transfer that happens from our brand to the farmers, in terms of introducing new technologies, in terms of coordinating between the farmer and any other technological partner outside India, because we become the middle person to communicate if they have any issues with any of the products that they have got. So these two value adds we ensure. And third, obviously, the price prediction tool that we have built, that is something we help farmers to indicate that next 6 months this is going to be the trend, given that this is the weather pattern that is there, and all the other things that we have done. So we indicate farmers what to grow, and also we help the farmers in introducing new produce. So we have introduced Italian lemons, yellow dragon fruit. We are now working on something with a like a Japanese variety of chili. So, and we have helped farmers with jalapeno. So all these products are something which India used to import. So now we are bringing that, we are ensuring that we bring it to India, and we help farmers grow these products, because we see a lot of potential in the next couple of years. So these are the value adds that we do with the farmers to make their lives better than what it is.
Prashant, how many farmers are part of Origin's ecosystem?
So at the moment, yeah,
And how
yes.
do you intend to ramp it up? What's the plans for the next couple of years?
Yes. So right now we have around 5,000 plus farmers in Origin. In the next 5 years, I think we are targeting around 1 lakh plus farmers. So that is the goal that we have. Because with the expansion plans that we have, we will definitely onboard at least 1 lakh plus farmers.
And finally, Prashant, you are currently in Bengaluru and in the adjoining areas. What's your plan to expand to other geographies? When do you intend to take it nationally? Because that will involve a lot of tying up a lot of other elements too, including logistics and farmers from adjoining areas. Because here you were talking about from harvest to homes within 12 hours. So possibly you have to tie that up with farmers too across other geographies. When do you intend to do that, and how?
So next 1 to 2 years, I think we're gonna stay focused with Bangalore and Bengaluru, and we're gonna launch Hyderabad maybe next year end. So I think the next 2 years, these two main cities are our target. I think in 2027, 2028 is when we want to go up north and west. So we want to take it slightly slowly, because as you said, fresh or nothing is a very big promise, and we also understand that we need to put in a lot of effort. But we I think we will, because the kind of ecosystem that we are able to build, I think we'll be able to commit to the promise that we want to give. And when we want to go to other parts of India, we want to ensure that we scale in a very sustainable way, because as the myth around this whole agri-tech, and is that it is not sustainable, it is very hard to scale. So we want to ensure that all those myths are busted with us, and we will ensure better play in this whole ecosystem.
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and deep perspective on a variety of issues, ranging from fresh produce to farmers' remunerative prices, and need to bring in sustainable practices in India's farm food distribution too. Thank you so much for taking the time out and dropping by to have this conversation with us.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you for your time and always great questions. Happy to answer them and look forward to more such podcasts and hearing more such as well. Look forward. Thank you.